How about we talk about links?
Oh,
Um,
okay.
all right.
Shoot.
So here's a killer one. If you want to go get some links, links from authority sites are really big. So figuring out a method by which you can get into sites like Wikipedia, for example, and making sure that nobody removes what you have created out there is a big deal. And it always comes down to whether you're gonna, like with Wikipedia, Wikipedia even says so in their terms of service. You know, we know that the link to your own website is going to help your website. The question is, will the link help Wikipedia? So I came up with this one cute little method that actually works really, really well to this day, that hinges on fixing Wikipedia errors in order to get links. So the way you do that is, let's say I'm in real estate. What I want to do is find every single page in Wikipedia that has anything even remotely to do with real estate. Housing, economy, real estate, obviously, family life, I don't know, what a chimney is, what carpeting is, things to do with
systems in a neighborhood.
just about anything, yeah.
Yeah.
Alarm
That's
systems.
what families would look for that. Yeah.
Exactly.
So trying to buy a house.
So I mean, yeah, you create, you put a house there, and you just draw all the different thought bubbles around, and say these are all the different topics that surround a house, a piece of real estate. Then you go out there and you find every single page in Wikipedia that has that, or as many of them as you can. And you're going to have a large list. You're going to probably populate a nice little Excel spreadsheet with 20, 30, 40 pages of that stuff. And then what you do is, I would typically sort them by order of importance. What is the most related to my niche? Because I want to have the links from the most related pages. The next step is to open that page up, and then each and every, so Wikipedia, let's back this up. So Wikipedia is not a source of original content. Everything that's on Wikipedia needs to be backed up by some sort of credible source. So it's all about repeating a statement that was already said elsewhere, and then providing a link to where people can go ahead and find that out. And that statement needs to be, or that source needs to be credible. And the more, the higher the, I want to say the higher the value of the claim, the more extraordinary the claim is, the more extraordinary the proof needs to be. So, you know, if you're talking about, you can't just make up a holiday. I tried. You know, I came up with a new holiday, National Hug a Rabbit Day or something like that, and I put it on a rabbit's page. It didn't stick. Why? Because it had no references to something like that. It was an extraordinary claim, and they wanted to see that there's, you know, a page on CNN that says today is a Hug a Rabbit Day, and, you know, our annual thing. So you have to find things that are claims on Wikipedia that point to locations that have disappeared off the internet. Sadly, it's a matter of fact of life, pages go 404. They disappear off the internet. The famous 404 error, you do a search for it, you click on it, it says page not found. Well, what you want to do is you want to find a number of pages that no longer exist on the internet that have been linked from Wikipedia. And there's a couple of different plugins that I use for that stuff. They're both Firefox plugins. One is called Redirect Check Client, and the other one is called, let me actually see, I have to bring up my browser real quick in front of me to find out what that is. So we have, let's go ahead and open Google real quick. So one is called the Redirect Check Client, and the other one, I don't have it on this computer, don't you know? It'll come to me. You know what? Actually, I have it on my site, so I should probably go to look that up. So bottom line is, these two plugins will look at every single link that is on your on the page you're currently at, and check out the status of that link. Does that page exist or not? I'm Googling my own name because I can't type and talk at the same time.
I'm so glad that you're talking about this. I don't mean to cut you off, but what that does, it highlights the links for you, right? Because I was watching this. I was watching the tutorial you have on your website where it talks about this thing that you're explaining, you know, to use Wikipedia links to help them so that they can help you with rankings. So yeah, I'm very glad that you decided to speak about this. I was going to ask you about this technique, but I was concerned that I didn't know if maybe this would be too advanced or maybe too time consuming. But
you can expect to spend an hour and a half to get a decent link from Wikipedia, but for
yeah,
Wikipedia link it's totally worth it because Wikipedia links are so powerful. I mean, having a link from an authority website like that is heavily crowdsourced. I mean, the entire Wikipedia is written by volunteers, people like you and I, that contribute to it, and it is very difficult to spam Wikipedia because the moment you try to, I mean, I invite people to go ahead and try it. Probably actually is not a good idea, but try spamming Wikipedia. Very quickly will your IP get flagged, and it's going to be very difficult for you to post anything on Wikipedia to modify it. And yet, anybody can just click on edit and change stuff. So the trick is, how can you better Wikipedia? How can you help it? So I found the plugins. One's called Redirect Check Client, and it is made by Patrick Stadler, from what I'm seeing in here, just in case somebody ends up on another one that's called the same. So that's the name of it. No affiliation with the dude whatsoever. And the other one is called Link Evaluator, and that one is made by Philip Babaliveski. Okay, that's the name. So install both of those into your browser. And so what's going to happen is you're going to right-click on the page that you're currently on when you're on Wikipedia and say evaluate links, or check links. It's going to go through every single one of the links and it's going to highlight them in different colors. And you're looking for red ones. The ones that are highlighted with red, there means that there's some sort of a problem with that link. You're not going to get necessarily what the link is supposed to deliver. And once you find the red ones, you're going to then right-click on each and every one of the red ones. And it's going to take a couple of minutes for this plugin to go ahead and populate that. So you're going to scroll down to the References tab where all the external links are. You're going to right-click on the red ones and then say check the code, or check link code. And it's going to go ahead and ping that link and find out whether the page actually exists or not. Or if you just want to, you can go ahead and try and opening each and every one of them as well in a separate tab and checking whether the page exists or not. Bottom line is, when you see a little 404 bubble appear right above it, a number 404, that's an indication that the page has disappeared off the web and it has not been moved to a new location. It's like, perfect, okay, so Wikipedia has already accepted these links. Somebody had pointed to another page, somebody had reviewed and said, yeah, this is a good link, it's all kosher, it's good quality content, and then after some time the page has disappeared, and so now Wikipedia is at a loss because there's no claim, there's no backup for the claim that is listed in Wikipedia. As I said, it's not original content of Wikipedia. Everything is sourced to a different location. So what you then want to do is you want to find that original content that used to be on that page, post it on your site, and then fix the link. How do you do that? There's a website out there called the Internet Archive. Some of you guys may know it by the name of Wayback Machine. If you type either one of those two things into Google, it'll show up number one. So what you do is you go to Wayback Machine and you put in the URL of that page that is now missing. Just by clicking on that link, it'll take you over there, and you can actually grab that. So put that into the link and crawl the archive, and it's going to show you all the different times when that page has been discovered by the archive. In some cases, you're not going to be able to find the page at all, in which case you have to abandon it and go to another one. But bottom line is, find that page on the Internet Archive. Now, at the very top of the Internet Archive, there's going to be a little thing that says Internet Archive, and it's going to show all the other dates that this page appears in the archive. And there's like a little X on it that you can close it so it disappears off the screen. You want to close that so it's gone off your screen. And take a screenshot of that entire page, all right, as it is. And then again, there's many different plugins that you can use that will work on Firefox that will allow you to take a screenshot of the full page, even the stuff that's below the fold. Take a screenshot of the entire page, and then what you do is you create a blog post on your own website that backs up the claim that is in the Wikipedia, and then just say, so let's say that the claim is that such and such is the strongest man in the world, right? And you say, okay, but it's not just me saying it, it's actually on such and such website. Unfortunately, the link no longer works, but we have a screenshot of what the page used to look like. Here it is. And you placed it on your website. Now you can go back to Wikipedia and say, yeah, that link has disappeared, but here's another website that has a screenshot of that page as it used to, the way it used to look like in the past. And you just fix that. And then whammo, more times than not, you're going to end up having that approved by somebody who's going to take a look at it. Now, what you don't want to do is if somebody removes that link, the last thing you want to do is go back to the same page and redo it. That will probably actually red flag your website. There's people on Wikipedia that will say, okay, anybody trying to build a link to this specific URL or the entire website, just ban them straightforward, right? And that will happen if you try to do that again. Instead, what you want to do is you want to go back to your Excel spreadsheet with all the different pages that are within your niche and go to try another page. Because oftentimes in Wikipedia, editors will monitor a certain specific set of pages that they like to edit and contribute to on a regular basis, things that are within their realm of expertise. And by you going to a different page, you're very likely going to come across another editor who may be a little more lenient towards it. The only reason why somebody might not want to do that and not allow you to get that link is if you're too spammy with your content. Well, actually, there's a couple of reasons. Second, if your website does not look reputable, if it has ads on it and that sort of stuff, not very good. If it looks overly pitchy, so if you're selling off your website, if it's too like if your blog is purely content driven, you can probably get away with it. And another thing that is important is my brain just went blank. I guess I lost my train of thought. Well, if it comes to me, I'll bring it up.
I think you were talking about getting in the good graces of Wikipedia, where sometimes they could they will reject what you do, or yeah.
So I remember what it was. So basically, the last thing is that Wikipedia has specific instructions for the editors, and that is, if the page exists on the Internet Archive and it has gone missing, fix it by linking to the Internet Archive. Luckily, most people that edit Wikipedia don't know that rule. And so if you come across somebody who removes that link off that Wikipedia page that you edited, it is probably because they know the rules. And so that's why you want to move to another page and see if you can find somebody else, another page moderated by somebody else or a different group of people that don't know about that rule that will allow that link to stick. But by and large, you're going to find that this will stick. Again, hugely important. Make absolutely sure that the sentiment of the entire set of actions is, I'm doing this to help Wikipedia. I'm not doing this to get a link to my own website. And I would even suggest that when you do this, your username on Wikipedia, if you decide you want to create an account so you can go ahead and become a known editor, because as such, your links will get approved at a much greater rate. You do not use the same name that has got nothing to do with your website. So make sure that the person who's editing the Wikipedia is not you, or at least appears not to be you.
So really, in summary, if someone takes like a Saturday afternoon, like you said, maybe an hour and a half or so, and they go step by step with everything you just explained, really what they're doing is they're building a relationship with themselves, kind of in a roundabout way, but coming from contribution to try to help Wikipedia. And when they mesh with Wikipedia and they bond with them through a link, that ultimately would give an average person off the street, a real estate agent that has no authority, a massive shot of authority adrenaline, and then that person, in the eyes of Google, is connected to Wikipedia, so Google says, wow, Chris Tracy has a link to Wikipedia because he did this, and he's got an article intertwined in there, and he fixed Wikipedia's problem, and he helped them with this 404 page.
You're actually getting a page from Wikipedia. It's not about you linking to Wikipedia, although you could certainly do that. But it's about fixing that Wikipedia page that used to point to a page that no longer exists,
right,
by pointing it to your site where you have a screenshot of what Wikipedia has already deemed valuable website.
Right. And then ultimately what that creates is more authority for an average person, and then just shoots them right to the top of Google because Wikipedia has so much authority.
You're not gonna see your entire website shoot to the top of Google as a result of a single link, but it will help a website that is struggling with the ranking, that is on page 10 or 15 or something like that, jump up to page 2, 3, 4 sometimes. And it all depends on the quality of the content that is seen on the website too. Again, you can't do that with a brand new website that has no content on it. You have to do it on a website that has a blog with good quality posts, or is tied into a podcast, or has YouTube videos that people like to watch, that sort of stuff. It's basically a landing page for an entity that Google already recognizes as an authority.
Right. In conjunction with all those other cool things that you mentioned, like the podcast and just being
exactly.
just all that awesome content. Kind of like your website, actually. I go on there because it's a resource.
It's a resource. Strangely, you should mention that, because my website is currently being revamped. So there's nothing on the website you can currently see, but sometime in December, hopefully that website will have a whole new look with the podcast on it and a whole bit. So I would be putting a foot in my mouth if I didn't follow my own advice, and I definitely do. And the reason why I do is because it frickin' works. I've seen it work in so many different niches. I've done it myself in other areas of my business, and it works every time. It just makes absolute sense to actually do it on my site too.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so up until your new website is reborn in December, where can people go right now, Ivan, to learn about all the awesome stuff that you do and how you help people with these strategies?
They can go to the current website. It's still live, and the membership works if people want to go ahead and grab some stuff. And I answer all people's questions out on the website too. So if anybody goes and logs in, you have to create an account in order to be able to post in the comments area. But I read those comments personally, every single one of them. There's a contact page out there, but I actually don't receive those emails. They all go straight to my assistant. But if you go ahead and post a comment in the comments area, my phone will vibrate. If I'm like in a polite society, I'll mute it, but my phone will vibrate and let me know. And I may not be able to answer it right there and then, but I'll typically answer every single post out there within 24 hours.
Awesome. And that website, again, is basically yourname.com, right?
That's right. It's ivanbudimir.com. So it's IVANBUDIMIR.com.
Amazing. All right. So I think our work is done here, sir. This might be, I would say, probably the juiciest interview I've done, and I love all the people that have come on and all the experts. They say great stuff, and they've all given a lot of value. But this one, you might get the most valuable player award, Ivan, for coming on to the show.
Thank you.
People have no idea the value that you're giving to people right now, and I'm fortunate to really just to be, kind of in this conversation with you. I feel so privileged. How I'm ever going to repay you, I don't know. Can you have Kim just put me on your Christmas list, because I'd like to send you and your wife a Christmas card.
Sure thing.
Maybe some cookies or something like that. I don't know. Maybe somewhere down the road I can kind of repay you in some way, shape, or form.
Hey, just hit me up. We're connected on Skype, and just hit me up anytime. No worries. You don't have to go through Kim.
Good stuff. All right. Hey, folks. I hope you were taking notes with all of that. If you weren't, if you didn't document all those juicy golden nuggets that Ivan was describing, start playing the geocaching game, do that Wikipedia strategy, get your website, get all that content out there, get the podcast up and running, and start to see your website, slowly but surely climb the rankings and get in the graces of Google, and you get more customers and clients. And go check out Ivan's website, ivanbudimir.com. Connect with him. You can clearly see the value that he provides. He goes above and beyond. He's given me out of the kindness of his heart way over the time that we've planned here, just because he's a giver by nature. And just the fact that he took his time to be on this platform again here with me today, I'm indebted to him. So that's all for this episode here. And stay tuned. That hopefully we can get Ivan back on here again in the near future. Perhaps we can ring in 2015 with some massive value once again, and Ivan will keep us in the loop with all the newest and the hottest ninja strategies. Kind of like what he was speaking about here tonight. I'm blown away. I can't wait to go back and watch this recording again. But that's all for this, and go back. If you have to, go back and take some notes and put this stuff into action, because this stuff is this is amazing, to say the least. So thanks again. See you in the next module, and do everything that you just learned, and let me know how it works out for you, because I'm curious about this. This is amazing. I will stop rambling now. Thank you, Ivan, and see you in the next one, folks.
Cheers.